What if I told you that the most powerful businesswoman in music hasn't released a single album in a decade? That's right. It's been 10 full years since Rihanna gave us a new album. Yet in 2026, this woman is not just a billionaire. She is sitting on a throne of diamonds so high that even Beyoncé and Taylor Swift are looking up. You have probably heard the name Rihanna a million times. You know the hits, you know the memes, but you have absolutely no idea just how deep the rabbit hole goes regarding her money, her secrets, and the insane near-death drama unfolding inside her $13.8 million mansion right now. We're talking about a figure so massive that it makes Jay-Z look like he is playing catch-up. Forget the music, forget the red carpets. Today we are cracking open the vault on Rihanna Fenty to reveal the exact net worth for 2026. The secret business moves that made her richer than Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson combined, and the jaw-dropping reality of living like a queen in 2026. You will not believe what she keeps inside her secret Barbados bunker, or why police just swarm her Beverly Hills estate with rifles drawn. This is the untold story of the world's richest female musician. And trust me, by the time we are done, you will never look at her the same way again. Let's get into it. If you look up the Forbes Billionaires list for 2026, and I mean the real list, not the magazine covers, but the actual internal spreadsheets that track every dollar, you will see a name that breaks every rule of the entertainment industry. Her name is Rihanna, and her net worth is currently sitting at a staggering $1.4 billion according to Forbes estimates, making her the second richest female musician on planet Earth, trailing only Taylor Swift. But here's where it gets weird. When you dig into the specific numbers, you start to see conflicting reports. Some outlets, like the Hurun Global Rich List, pegged her wealth as high as $1.5 billion just a few months ago. But hold that thought, because in early 2026, something strange happened. Her wealth reportedly took a hit, sliding down from previous highs due to flat sales and executive shakeups at her companies. Even a billionaire can have a bad quarter, right? Well, not exactly. That $1.4 billion figure is conservative. It is the floor, not the ceiling. To understand why, we have to look at where the money actually lives. It is not in a bank vault. It is in lipstick and bras. Let's break this fortune down piece by piece, because the way Rihanna structured her deals is genius-level stuff. The crown jewel of her empire is Fenty Beauty. Launched back in 2017 in partnership with a luxury giant LVMH, this cosmetics line changed the game forever. Remember when she dropped 40 shades of foundation when everyone else was giving us 5 beige options? That was the moment she broke the beauty industry. By 2026, Fenty Beauty is valued at a mind-blowing $2.8 billion valuation. Rihanna owns 50% of that pie, which translates to a cool $1.4 billion in her pocket alone. Let that sink in. One brand, her name on a bottle, and she is a billionaire. But she didn't stop there. In 2018, she launched Savage x Fenty, a lingerie line that basically declared war on Victoria's Secret. She brought in plus-size models, pregnant models, disabled models. She made inclusivity cool and profitable. Today, Savage x Fenty is valued at around $1 billion. And with Rihanna holding roughly 30% of that, she adds another $300 million to her balance sheet. Add in her music catalog. Yes, even though she doesn't tour, she has sold over 250 million records, and that catalog is valued at about $200 million. Plus her real estate portfolio worth over $100 million. And you start to see the picture of a woman who turned pop stardom into a multinational conglomerate. But here's the hook that nobody is talking about. In late 2025 and early 2026, whispers started circulating that LVMH was considering selling its 50% stake in Fenty Beauty. If that happens, the valuation could either skyrocket or plummet, depending on who buys it. It is a high-stakes poker game where Rihanna holds all the cards. She is not just a celebrity endorser. She is a majority owner with veto power. That is the difference between her and every other pop star who slapped their face on a perfume bottle. She owns the supply chain. She owns the formula. She owns the data. And that is why, even with a dip in her net worth, she remains untouchable. But money is boring if you don't see how it's spent. And girl, does she spend it. Let's take a tour of the castles. When you think of celebrity mansion, you probably think of a big house with a pool. Rihanna looks at that and laughs. Her primary residence is a stunning colonial-style mansion in the post-office neighborhood of Beverly Hills, which she bought for $13.8 million. This isn't just a house, it's a fortress. We are talking 7,600 square feet, 5 bedrooms, a 4-car garage, a home cinema, a gym, a guest house, and a heated swimming pool with a spa. The security is 24/7, with electric gates and motion sensors. She shares this home with her partner, rapper A$AP Rocky, and their 3 children, RZA, Riot Rose, and the youngest, Rocky Irish. But here is where the story takes a terrifying turn. In March of 2026, police were called to this very address. A 35-year-old woman drove up to the gate in a white Tesla and allegedly opened fire with an AR-15 rifle, firing approximately 10 rounds into the property, while Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, and their 3 children were inside. One round reportedly penetrated a wall of the mansion. The suspect was arrested and charged with attempted murder, held on a $10 million bond. Can you imagine the fear in that house? The sound of bullets tearing through your children's home? Yet, just weeks after that trauma, Rihanna made a power move that shocked the real estate world. She dropped another $10 million to buy the house right next door. Why? To build a mega compound. She is literally buying up the block to ensure her family's safety and privacy. That is the definition of turning trauma into territory. But Beverly Hills is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's fly to her spiritual homeland, Barbados. In 2013, long before she was a billionaire, Rihanna bought a piece of paradise in the One Sandy Lane estate for $22 million. This isn't a beach house. It is a $22 million sanctuary. Located in an exclusive billionaire's enclave, this property spans about 10,000 square feet, featuring 10 bedrooms, a home gym, a home cinema, and a massive 6,000 square foot infinity pool that seems to spill directly into the Caribbean Sea. The interior is dripping in Italian marble and local coral stone. But the best feature? Total privacy. The compound operates with biometric security systems and 24-hour surveillance, ensuring that Rihanna can walk on the beach without a single paparazzo in sight. For a global superstar who can't go to the grocery store without a swarm of fans, this place is not just a home. It is oxygen. It is where she takes her kids for the holidays, where she sheds the armor of celebrity, and where she remembers that her last name is Finney, the name of the island she put on the map. And because Rihanna does nothing small, she also reportedly owns a $53.5 million super yacht. We're talking 144 feet of floating luxury, favored by her and A$AP Rocky for romantic getaways. On land, her car collection is a gearhead's fantasy. Forget the basic Bentleys. She has a Rolls-Royce Cullinan for the family trips, a Lamborghini Urus for when she wants to feel the speed, and a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon for the daily errands. But the prized possession is a rare Mercedes-Benz SLR, which costs upwards of $1 million, and a custom-built 190E valued at $300,000. She flies private, obviously, because commercial airlines do not have enough legroom for a woman who owns the entire skincare aisle. But here's the twist that makes her relatable. Despite the yachts and the jets, Rihanna has a reputation for being surprisingly budget-savvy in certain areas. She's known to hunt for deals on luxury travel and refuses to pay full retail for things she doesn't need to. She's a billionaire who still looks at the price tag. That is the secret sauce. She earned every dollar, and she respects it. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The music. For a decade, fans have been screaming for R9, her 9th studio album. It has become a mythical artifact like Bigfoot or the Holy Grail. Rumors swirl every year that it's coming. In 2026, she teased it again, telling Harper's Bazaar that she refuses to put out anything mediocre. She said, "I cannot put up anything mediocre. After waiting 8 years, you might as well just wait some more." And that right there is the philosophy of a billionaire. Most artists rush to drop an album to keep the hype train going. Rihanna realized that the hype train is free advertising. Every time she steps outside in a pair of sunglasses, it trends. Every time she feeds her baby a bottle, it makes global news. She doesn't need to sell records. She needs to sell lipstick. And by staying silent, she keeps the demand for her presence at a fever pitch. She has turned scarcity into an art form. The moment she decides to drop that album, the streaming records will shatter overnight, and her net worth will take another massive leap. But until then, she is perfectly happy watching Fenty Beauty generate over $500 million in annual revenue while she sits back and raises her kids. What makes Rihanna different from every other celebrity we cover on this channel? It is the audacity. She took a music career that would have been a Hall of Fame legacy for anyone else and treated it like a side hustle. She pivoted from being a performer to being a captain of industry. When you look at her 2026 lifestyle, you are not looking at a pop star. You're looking at a tech founder without the hoodie. You're looking at a real estate mogul without the suit. She has survived a shooting attempt. She has survived the brutal scrutiny of the internet. And she has survived the pressure of being a black woman in spaces that were never built for her. And yet there she stands, richer than ever, laughing all the way to the bank while driving a $1 million Mercedes. But here is the version of Rihanna in 2026 that the net worth calculators and the real estate listings will never capture. Forget the billionaire for a second. Look at the mother. Rihanna is now a mom of 3 little boys. RZA, who is 4 years old, Riot Rose, who is 2, and little Rocky Irish, who just turned 1. And if you think she runs her business empire with iron discipline, you should see her run a diaper change. In recent interviews, and in the rare candid moments captured by fans in Barbados, what you see is a woman who is completely, utterly transformed. The bad gal attitude is still there, sure. She will cuss out a paparazzi in 2 seconds flat, but around her kids, she melts. She has spoken openly about the mom guilt that hits her when she travels for Fenty Beauty board meetings. She has admitted that she cries in the car after dropping RZA off at preschool because she misses him. This is a woman who, at the height of a $1.4 billion quarterly review, will excuse herself to FaceTime her toddler eating a banana. She has turned one of the guest bedrooms in her Beverly Hills mansion into a full-blown indoor playground. Slides, ball pits, the whole 9 yards, because she refuses to let her children feel like they live in a museum. And here is the beautiful contradiction that makes her so real. In 2026, Rihanna is arguably more famous than ever, yet she has chosen to shrink her public appearances to almost nothing. Why? Because she wants to be the one packing the lunchboxes. She has said in a quiet moment with a friend that her biggest fear is not losing her fortune or her fame. It is that her sons will grow up remembering nannies instead of her. So, she has restructured her entire life around their schedules. Savage X Fenty meetings happen after Riot's nap time. Fenty Beauty product tests are done at the kitchen table while RZA scribbles on the floor. A$AP Rocky has said in a rare interview that Rihanna is the most annoying helicopter mom in the best way. She insists on hand-washing every baby bottle. She reads the same bedtime story 3 times in a row because RZA demands it, and she has banned all screens except for Saturday morning cartoons. The woman who once wore a naked diamond dress to the Met Gala now walks around her mansion in sweatpants with spit up on her shoulder, and she has never been happier. That is the real net worth of Rihanna in 2026. $1 billion in the bank, and 3 little boys who think she is just mommy. So, what can you take away from this? It is not just about the mansions or the money. It is about control. Rihanna owns her masters, she owns her brands, and she owns her narrative. That is why we are still talking about her a decade after her last album. Now I want to hear from you. If Rihanna finally dropped that album tomorrow, would you stream it? Or are you more interested in the Fenty Beauty products? And more importantly, do you think she should buy the entire street in Beverly Hills or just build a moat around the house? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. The best comments might even get a shout out in our next deep dive. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of Rihanna's insane 2026 net worth and lifestyle, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another secret from the lives of the ultra-wealthy. Because next week, we're going to expose a celebrity fortune that will make Rihanna look like pocket change. Until then, stay curious, stay wealthy, and keep chasing those dreams. I will see you in the next video.